everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our continued playthrough of Sleeping Gods, where we are getting deep into the storyline, moving into different locations, looking for a whole bunch of things. We have a lot of quests to solve, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to do a little bit of a recap right now. So, in the beginning, we were a steamship crew on board the Manticore trying to get back from Hong Kong to New York. While we were traveling there, we got hit by a crazy storm, found ourselves in an alien landscape called the Wandering Sea, where we were told that we had to find the totems of these sleeping gods and awaken them, and our reward would be we would get to return home. During that time, apparently, one of our shipmates, Jin, had gone overboard, and we have now discovered that Jin is alive and took another ship west looking for us. So we are going west to find her. With that said, we still have a whole bunch of other things we could do. We found a shipwreck that looked like our own ship. In fact, it was identical and had a dead person in a cupboard or in a locker and a picture that was clearly some of our crew. However, we did find a living dog there named Bigfoot. It was still kicking, so we have taken Bigfoot, the dog, onto our ship. Very cool. Along the way, we stopped in a port and got heard a bunch of rumors, and that's how we found the shipwreck and the photograph. We also are trying to help some religious folks called the Seekers of Shorm. We built a bonfire to their god, and they gave us some indicators that we could go east and find some things there. So we got so much to do, so much to do. There are a couple of our crew members had an argument that didn't go very well, but since then we've been pretty much on task. So we are going to continue now with our adventures as we head west in search of Jin, and also the location of this photograph, which was said to be near the coordinates of a volcano, and I think we might already be there. So we're going to have to check that out. There's lots to do, and I'm not sure where Jin is, but we're going to keep seeking her out. I think we're going to go to the port and see if she stopped there on the ship that she was at. There's a port city called the City of Ashes. I think we're going to head that direction because we also have a little bit of money, and perhaps we can spend that money on something valuable. So, with that said, let's take our crew, led by Captain Sophie Odessa and our doctor, Gregory Little, Mac Mara Johnson, who we found on an island when we first arrived, who's helping us to acquire the totem so she can go home to Atlanta. We have Rafael Vieira, Kasumi Ashomi, Canon Sharma, Marco Reyes, our priest, Audrey Williams, who's basically our mechanic, and Laurent Lapointe. He's kind of a dastardly guy from Canada. I don't know how nice he is, but he's gotten in a fight with Kasumi and an argument rather that left them hurt. But he has also went into a seaweed bed and helped cultivate some seaweed and got hurt himself. So anyway, we're all pitching in. It's time to get moving on. Let's get started with our gameplay right now. Okay, our game always starts with the same thing that we're going to do. We're going to do our ship action, then our event card, then our actions. Now, the event cards have 6, what they call mild, 6 tougher ones, and 6 really bad ones in there. We've gone through 4, I think, of the easier ones, so we're not too far off getting to a tougher spot. We've upgraded a couple of our characters. We're doing all right. Now we got to choose a location. Now we can't go back to the same location. So we were here. We have 3 command tokens. I could go to the quarters. I think we're going to do that. We're going to go back to the quarters and get some tokens. Or I could go to the bridge, get 1 fewer token to get all the ones on the board off. There aren't that many, actually. There's one on Kasumi, one on... Yeah, I think we just need to get rid of 2, because then we'll be back to normal. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to pop over to the quarters right here. With that will give us 3, because that top number represents how many players in the game. So we're going to get 3 command tokens. And then we're going to take 2 off. So I'm going to take one off of our gear, and then I'll take the other one off of Kasumi. And that way we'll be able to issue commands to their special abilities again. Now everybody's got all their special abilities back. That's good. And we got a lot of command tokens. All right. However, we don't have a hand anymore. We're totally out of our hand. Everything's been spent. So that was our action. Oh, wait, I take it back. The first thing that happens is we do get a skill card there. So let's see what we got. Well, this is a strength skill card. That's good. Bold attempt. Discard this card to redraw a skill card or ability card when we get one. We can equip that for 2. We'll see. We might do that. Okay, now we're up to speed. Now we got to, that's finished with our ship action. Now we're going to draw our event. Choppy seas while waves crash against the hull. Oh, white waves crash against the hull. When you travel this turn, -2 fate. Ooh, that means we might not go very far. Good thing we don't need to. Anyway, so we're -2 fate, and that means when we draw our fate card and we're trying to determine our travel destination, it's going to be a little less, but we may not go anywhere yet. Let's take a look. So now that we've done that, we're down to our actions. And in fact, just so I don't forget, in case we do move this turn, I'm going to put that card right next to the board there. Okay. All right. I think that we're going to be heading this way, but I think the first thing we're going to do is explore 59, because I want to see about the coordinates on this photo, the photographs. We found a crashed ship that resembled a manticore and a picture of some crew. On the back were coordinates leading to the base of a volcano near Lorca City. Well, there's all kinds of volcanic activity around Lorca City, so this may not be the right location. I'm starting to think it's not. Do I bypass that or do I explore it? We'll explore it. Why? Because that's what we're here to do. Okay, well, so we're going to go to number 59. That's going to be our first of 2 actions. Is going to be an explorer action. Okay, it reads, a titanic fish leaps from the water and falls onto the ship's deck. Its tail fin hangs over the port side and its limp, scaly head over the starboard. That's a big fish, right? Well, we have a couple things we can do there. So I was wondering why it would be out in the middle of the ocean. Now we know. This big fish plopped itself up on our deck. So we have 2 things we can do. We can push it back into the water, strength 6, and if we fail, we take 2 ship damage and then turn to 202. Or we can harvest the fish for food. That seems like, well, I wonder if something good happens if we save it. But a strength 2 check, that's pretty rough. Now we can make that better, I think, though, by equipping somebody with that skill we just got. Now remember, you can equip a skill using your command tokens at any time, so I can do it before I make that strength check. Maybe we'll get lucky. I think we're going to be kind to this giant fish. It's giant. I don't know why we want to kill it. It might be a whale or something, right? I don't know. Weird creature that might be intelligent. So I think we're going to help it back into the water. So that's going to be a strength 6 test. We do have some food. That's the other reason I'm okay with it. We have food. So we're going to do a strength 6 test. And to do that, I am going to spend 2 of these to equip this to somebody. And I think that we're going to equip it to Rafael Vieira, because he gets a bonus to damage with strength. So we're going to equip this to Rafael Vieira. To do that, we're just going to slip this right under here. Now that means he's the one that's going to do the test. So I'm going to put a fatigue token on him, and we know that we already have a 2 in trying to solve this strength challenge. All right, here's our deck. We need a 4 or better. We got a 6 again. Wow. All our 6s are getting wasted. Okay, so we blew that out of the water. We clearly got it back into the sea. So now I have to turn to 202. We're going to see what happens. The fish slides into the sea, slapping the water happily. Moments later, it returns, spewing silver coins from its mouth onto your deck. Wow, gain. That's pretty cool. It paid us off. Okay, so we gain 2 coins. I'm going to put those on our board. And then we also get to get rid of a low morale marker. Well, I think there's only 1 currently on the board right now. So Marco Reyes, our priest, was really happy about what we do with the fish, and therefore it improved his morale. So he gets to get rid of this low morale marker. And then it says return to the ship. So that was our entire encounter there. It was not a bad encounter at all. And now we have some money. So I think for our second action, even though we're at -2, it's not going to hurt us because the minimum is 1, and we just want to move here. I think for our second action, we're going to move into this area here. So I'm going to do a travel action. I'm not going to use a character, and we got a 5. So a 5 minus 2 is 3, so it's going to be 1. That's fine. That's all we needed. We just trudge on through the rain and the weather, the choppy waves to come to the city of Ashes, which will be our next turn, not this one. And essentially, that is going to mark the end of this turn. So we're going to get back to our next round and see what we need to do. Got a lot going on. Hopefully, it'll all pay off for us. I may be going a completely wrong direction on this. We will see. Okay, we're back to our shipboard actions. So we do have some money to spend. That's good. I don't know how much things cost. I haven't tried that yet, right? But we do have to make some choices. Now, we don't really have any command tokens out on the board. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the deck here. And we're going to go fishing and do some salvage or whatever off these islands and gain 2. So we're going to go here. That'll give us 2 tokens. We haven't taken any ship damage yet. That's good news. There's 2 tokens, so we're back up to a pretty good amount. And then we get to draw one of these as well as part of our action there. It says 1 to 3, so I should read that. I may have made a mistake on that when I did it the first time. So before we finish that, I'm going to look it up. That is the deck action. Everything's very clearly spelled out here. So gain the specified number of command tokens. Okay, yes. Also, you may draw up to 3 search tokens. Draw each one at a time. Yeah, we did that wrong before, so my mistake. Before deciding to continue drawing. Because I guess some of them can be bad. I don't know. But keep the rewards from only 1 token. Okay. So we get to draw one at a time and look at it and choose whether or not to keep going. Oh, see, this is bad. We're going to get food, but we're going to take a ship damage. So I think we'll stop right there. Well, actually, I only get to keep 1, so I think it's probably better to take the next one so we don't take ship damage. There we go, 2 food. We'll take that. Instead, let me read that again, just make sure I did that right. It's going to give us 2 carrots. Sorry I made that mistake. That was like 2 episodes ago when on the very first turn. So apologies. I told you this is a blind playthrough, so there will be some mistakes. I'll correct them as I go. After applying the effects, place the search tokens in the discard pile. If you run out, shuffle. Okay. Draw each token one at a time before deciding to continue drawing or stop. Apply any damage shown on all tokens. Oh man, we're going to take that ship damage anyway. But keep the reward from only 1. Okay, well, we'll take the food. But we are going to have to apply damage to our ship. And I think we'll put it, we'll just put it on the quarters right here. There, we got 1 damage on the quarters. Actually, got better cubes, the right kind of cubes for that. So there is a damage on our ship. We can fix that. That's not a big deal. And then we're going to get, so I had choice of 2 food, and what's that other token do? It says a meat and a vegetable, or 2 vegetables. I think we'll do the meat and the vegetable. I think having a variety is probably better. We'll do that. Okay, so we got another meat, another vegetable. We're actually building up quite a bit of resources. That was good. And that was our ship action. So that's the end of the ship actions. That was not great. And then so next we're going on to our event. Look, we're about to go into the tougher events. Abandon canoe. The crew spots a lone canoe. Search it. Perception 6. Fail -3 health, or gain 1 vegetable. So I think we get hurt trying to pull this into our ship. But perception. Well, we got some good perception on somebody, right? I thought I equipped. Yes. Kasumi has good perception, but she's also got low morale and fatigue. That means she will get fatigued. But I think it's worth it to send her on this mission because she's got 2 perception. That means getting a 6 is going to be easier for her. We got some rerolls and things we can do. So I think we're going to use Kasumi. Let's take a look at her. Okay, here is Kasumi. So right now we get 2 fatigue tokens. So I drew this one at random, and that means we're going to flip. Actually, we don't flip that one over. We flip this one over. Same. So she is -1 damage right now because she's fatigued as a result of doing this challenge. But she's got 2 of those and the ability to flip new cards and all that good stuff. So let's take the deck over. We're going to see what she gets. A 5. I mean, we're getting all these good cards. So we pass. And what does it say? We pass, we gain a vegetable. So, okay, well, another vegetable in our pile of stuff. We find another carrot here. There's another carrot. There we go. Another vegetable goes in our supply. And our event is done. But Kasumi needs to rest. Okay, now we get to start taking our actions. But before we do, I'm going to actually spend an action to make that soup. That soup requires grain, a vegetable, and a meat as well. So these resources have been used, but it allows us to get rid of 3 fatigue and 1 low morale token. So Kasumi does have a low morale token. We'll take that off of her, and then we're going to get rid of her 2 fatigue and also the fatigue on Rafael Vera. So that costs us a command token though. And now for our first action, we're going to do a market action. And then we're going to, well, maybe we should explore the city first. I think first we're going to explore the city of Ash. And that will take us to entry number 40. So we'll do that, and then we'll go to the market there. Not the port, but the market. We might do all of these, but it would take us a couple of turns to do it. So the first thing we're going to do is explore. And again, that takes us to a 40. So as we draw close to the port there, we're starting to explore what it's going to be all about. And here we go, City of Ashes. Okay, it's this big long thing here. Now, if we have the keyword burn or the keyword thug, we go to different things. I'm looking at our quest cards. We do not have either of those. So it says City of Ashes. A circle of tents sits amid endless fields of stony ruins. The encampment flies a blue banner depicting a moon rising over mountains, the colors of the Pan nomads. You are welcome here, wanderers. This place was once the capital of the Pan Empire. We come here to remember the power we once held, says a man with a long beard. We offended Shorm, and she wrought a cruel destruction upon us, covering the city in lava and ash. This was before the gods slept, of course. Now we are humble nomads, grateful to be safe and at peace. Okay, we enter a camp near a ruined city. All right, here's what we got. Here's our options. We can visit the tent of the elders. We can follow Vim into the destroyed city. Requires the keyword guide, which we do not have, so we can't do that one. We can visit the herbalist, pay 3 coins to restore 6 health, and remove all status tokens. Well, we're good there. We have only one person who has any damage. That's Laurent, so we're okay there. We can follow Shorm's vision into the ruins, or keyword earthquake. We don't have that keyword either. What is on Shorm's... Seeker of Sherms is hunted. So we don't have that keyword. We can't do that. So our choices are visit the tent of the elders or visit the herbalist. So I think the only thing worth doing is the only thing we can do is visit the tent of the elders. I can see you long for your homes, says the woman, wrinkled and pale in her white robes. I can help you, but first I ask you to deliver this letter. Gain quest 130 and then go back to 40. Okay. Here is quest 130. Let's see what that says to us. Pan letter. A Pan elderwoman said she would help us if we delivered a letter for her. She wants us to take it to a village just outside of Glance in the northern mountains. Okay, well, we'll have to figure out where that is. And it has the keyword letter. So we have yet another quest, and that is awesome. Then it says we return back to 40. 40 is the City of Ash. So that's really all we can do there. So we're just going to return to our ship. And then we'll take our second action. I think our second action is going to be to go to the market because we haven't done that yet. So let's go do that. Okay, we're going to do a market action. That means we're going to go shopping in the City of Ashes at the nomad tents that are there. They probably have some stalls set up in the tents. And we're going to draw some cards. We're going to get to draw 7 and purchase as many as we want. If we purchase a weapon, we have to equip it with one of our players. So let's draw our 7 cards. All right, let's do it. 1, I'm just going to dig in there a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There are 7 cards. Let's see what we got here. We're going to take a look and see what is very valuable for us. Ooh, God, bow. Really nice. Pan bow. That's appropriate considering where we're at in the City of Ashes. There's vegetable pie, which requires 2 wheat and 2 carrots. Oh, that's really powerful. It cost us 2. Okay, the weapon's out of our reach. It's 13, so we can't do that one. We can do that one. We have enough to get the Lucran boiler, which allows us to travel 1. That's pretty good. We have enough to get the chloroform. We have enough to get the Azure Ring of Sprinting. We have enough to get the Lucran fishing pole, and enough to get the first aid kit. So the only one that is out of reach for us, we'll just put that aside, is the bow. It would cost 13. We don't have 13. But we can buy a few things here, and I really think I definitely want the boiler. Let's do that. So that costs 5. That's all of our money right there. I think we can do better than that with other stuff. But 1, that's a free travel, man. That is a free travel when we use it. It's not free. It costs us, where's the boiler? It would cost us a command token. This vegetable pie is 2. That seems really worth it because it does a lot of healing. So we could do that or the first aid kit, but I like that better, even though the first aid kit does something else. Let me look. It removes a weakened condition as well, the first aid kit, but it only heals 1. I kind of like the vegetables better. They're more useful to us. This Azure Ring is pretty good. It'll give us someone an accuracy, but I believe that's one of the things I'd have to equip. It says you have to equip weapons, but maybe you don't. Maybe, oh, you can just use it to whoever. The chloroform says may not place on enemy hearts. Okay, so that's 3. That's kind of, so that'd be our 5 right there. So I guess we're not going to get the boiler if we get the pie. So I think we can get, we'll spend 5. We'll spend all 5. We'll get all 3 of these from the market. That will cost us 2, 4, 5. There's 3, and it's going to leave us with 1. There's 3, 4, 5. We have 1 coin left after these purchases. And now we got a bunch more stuff that, I mean, we're getting really versatile. Check this crazy scenario out. We got so much stuff we can do up here now. Look at that. Boom. Okay, that was a good shopping spree right there. But those are both of our actions, so that's going to end this turn. Is there anything I want to do with that right now? Because I do have some fatigue. I have some, like, I could do that vegetable pie. No, I can't. I only have 1 grain. We need more grain. We could also get some skill cards because we have a lot of action tokens, and I want to make sure before we take another action, we use some of them. So I think what we're going to do first, before we end our turn, is we're going to use Gloria Walker. It says draw 2 ability cards. So we're going to spend a action token there. We're going to draw 2 ability cards. We have none in our hand right now, so we're okay there. We get this one, Tinkering. When you use the galley, when you use the galley, repair 1 ship. This doesn't even go away. That's very valuable. And then this one, Dodge. Discard this equipped card to give this crew number 2 defense. Those are really good. In fact, I almost want to equip that one immediately before we go on. I think that would be fantastic. I kind of want to give that to Raphael because he's the other tinkerer. And I already have Audrey. Well, we give them all to Audrey. She's a massive crafter then. So let's do this. We're going to spend 2 more action tokens, or command tokens rather, and we're going to put this on Audrey. So check this out. We're going to slide this right under here, and we're going to give this to Audrey. Now she's got, that's some really good skills right there. Now she's got a 3 on crafting. I mean, maybe it's not wise to put all your eggs in one basket, and maybe better to spread it out, but we're going to do this and give her some real beefy stuff. Plus she can just repair. We do have a point of damage. Maybe we use our last 2 tokens this round to repair. That might be good. So Sophie has the ability for 2 command tokens to repair 1. So we're going to do that and get this damage off our ship. So she tinkered around and got the damage off. But this says when we use the galley action, we can repair something. So I could just wait on that. I think that's wiser because the galley action is probably something we're going to do. So we'll just wait on that. We're not going to worry about the damage right now. We'll put the damage back on the quarters right there. So where was he? Yeah, the quarters. Okay, and then we're going to finish our turn. So that now is the end of our turn. We're going to go back to our ship action for our next turn. And I think we'll go to the galley, actually. So the galley is going to go there. Now, normally, based on our current state, we would draw 1 ability card. It says 1 or 2, depending on the number of players, but we're only 1 player. Triage. Each time a fatigue is removed from the crew member, restore 1 health to another crew member. That's really powerful as well. So that's the second card in our hand. Then, because of Sophie's special ability, we don't have to do that. We just get to get rid of this, but we'll do it in order. So the next thing we're going to do is we can discard a card, which I think we're going to do to get rid of a fatigue token on somebody. There's 2 people left. Cannon and Laurent have fatigue. So we'll burn this card to get rid of the fatigue on Canaan. And there that goes. Okay, so we did that. Oh, plus we also get 2, see right there, we get 2 of these tokens. And so we got rid of the fatigue on him, and then we use Audrey Williams' ability to get rid of the damage on the quarters, because when you use the galley, repair 1 ship damage, and that's what we did. Okay, now we're back to another event. These are getting tougher on us now. Now, I haven't seen any real good ones yet, so maybe we'll get a good one at some point in time. I guess well, no, none of them are really good. Rotten supplies. A strange purple mold is spreading fast. Get rid of 2 rotten food. Lose 2 food. Gain 1 fatigue, or ignore it. Place this card next to the ship board until you reshuffle the event deck. Each time you cook a recipe, draw a fate. If 1 or 2, gain 1 weakened. I have 2 food. I can get rid of 1 vegetable and 1 meat, I suppose. We're going to get rid of the food. We're going to get 2 food, get rid of the 2 food and gain a fatigue. So somebody ate some of it, figured out it was bad before we got too bad off. So we'll get rid of the 1 vegetable and the 1 meat. And somebody's got to take fatigue. I think that will be, let's see, that will be, I guess we can put it back on Canaan. Yeah, we'll put it back on Canaan. He'll take the fatigue for now. Actually, we'll put it on Marco Reyes, our priest. His abilities haven't been very useful yet. So right now, he's a little fatigued because he ate some bad food that was spoiling and had some weird mold on it. Okay, that's our event. Now we're going to take our 2 actions. So we already did our explore action, exploring the port of City of Ashes, and that wasn't very useful to us. We could explore here before we head on. You know, it's not. I don't think the point of the game is to be a completionist and explore everything. Right now, we're trying to find Jinn. That's the main thing, and also figure out which one of these letters leads us to the coordinates over here. It says a volcano near Lucra City, which is over here somewhere. Okay, so but we're going to have to go through the rocks there. Well, I guess the good news is that Captain Odessa has 2 savvy, so she can navigate those reefs pretty well. I think we're going to do a move action. I think we are. We're not going to use a character. We're just going to draw because there's a lot going on. Man, I don't know. Do we want to? This might be really good because we're running low on food and stuff now too. Okay, our first action is going to be an explore action. We're going to explore this island location here. Sailing on a swift wind, a Zokmir vessel bears down, just missing the bow of the Manticore. In swings the captain from the mizzen line, landing on your deck with a practiced finesse. I mean you no harm, he proclaims, and gestures for you to lower the weapons pointed at his throat. I'm on my way south to drop off some Lucran iron, but I heard a rumor which a crew like yours might find profitable. I'd be happy to part with it for a simple sum. Okay, let's take a look. So these are our choices. We can pay for the rumor with 1 coin and 1 food, which we can do exactly, and then go to 22.1. Huh. Yeah, or we can decline and search the area and gain 1 materials or 1 meat and return the ship. I think we're going to take the risk. We're going to give him the coin and the food for his rumor. Better be good or we'll kill him. And then we're going to go to 22.1. I spoke recently with some miners I carried to Lucra City, who said they found an entrance to the Cinder Realm, deadly, dangerous place, and rich with reward. I have no need for such risk, but desperate souls like you, far from home, could find the venture worthwhile. The miners were determined never to go back, says the captain. I marked it all on my charts. We gain 1 experience and gain the quest 119. Let's get that out. Here's quest 119. Let's see what it says. Cinder Realms. A Zokmir captain told us about an entrance to the Cinder Realms. It's on an island to the west with 2 volcanoes at the foot of the southern volcano. Okay, so that's actually very specific, and that was probably a very good rumor for us to get. Plus then we get to get another experience. So we have 3 now. We need a bunch more, I noticed. I looked at the experience cards and the skills that we get with experience, so we marked 3 there now. We need a bunch, though, to really be effective. So that was it. Then we returned to the ship. So we got the experience and the quest and returned to the ship. Okay, well, action number 2 is going to be to move into here. Do I want to try and get past here and go? Okay, so I'm thinking, it says at the foot of, I think this 76 over here. Here, let me back out. I think this is the entrance to the place he's talking about right here. That would make sense. So we're going to head this direction on our way here because we're still looking for our companion. She probably ended up here. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to draw a card. I'm not going to spend anything. We're just going to draw our fate card. We drew a 1, so we're going to move 1 space over to here. Now I do have to do this test, and I think we're going to use the captain. All right, first, before we do that, I do believe we're going to equip this with the captain. It says each time a fatigue is removed from this crew member, restore 1 health to any other crew member. And we're going to want to be removing fatigue from her pretty often. So I think that's a good move for us, is to give her that skill. That's going to cost us 2 command tokens as well. And then we are going to now make a check. Now, We have to make a savvy check of 5, and we have 1, 2, 3 right now, so it should be pretty easy to make. If we fail, we're going to take a damage. What do we get? Bandages, we got a 1. Are you kidding me? Oh, we're not going to do that. So we drew that. That's bad. We're going to use a command token on Kasumi to draw another card, and that's her ability. I'll show you that. I take it back. We're going to use both our command tokens on her to give us a +1. Wait, I had a 1, 3, 4. Yeah, that would be enough. A 5 to ensure that we don't fail that. So she had a 3. She drew a 1. That's 4. We do that ability. That's 5. That's enough to pass the test. But that marks the end of our turn. So we'll do one more turn and then we'll call it a day. There's a lot to deal with here. There's a lot actually. No, there's only 2 spots on this particular piece of land. I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up around, because then we have to go through here. Either way, I'm going to have to take another challenge. Might do this one. This one's savvy again though. Oh, I got to put a fatigue token on our captain for doing that check. There we go. She's a little fatigued, but she did a good job, navigated us through the reef. So I think, though, do we want to explore anything while we're there? Let's see. So we got that was it. Well, that was the end of our actions. So we took our action. We explored the island and then sailed into this region. Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the sick bay, because we're going to get an ability card, which we don't have any. We got this one, maintain, instant effect, repair 1 ship damage. Okay, well, that's good. We don't have any, so this was useless. But we'll put that in our hand, and then we will get 3 command tokens. So there's 3, and then we're going to get to heal somebody 1. So Laurent now only has 1 damage. And that was our ship action. Now we draw our event card and see what terrible things besiege us. Sea tower. A tower stands in the center of a small maelstrom. Find a way into the tower. Savvy 8. Oh my gosh. If we fail, we gain 3 ship damage. If we succeed, we gain an artifact. I don't know what that is. Artifact. Huh. Let me look that up. Okay, this is an artifact. I'm not exactly sure what you do with them yet, but we're going to see if we can get this one. So we are at the sea tower, and I think we're going to use the captain again, which means she is going to become fatigued. I'm going to draw a token for her. We're going to push that over there, and we'll just actually flip this one. Doesn't really matter which one it is, just one of them is flipped. Okay, but the reason we're doing that is because she's already got 3 savvy, and we need to get an 8 to overcome this challenge. I did use the +1, but we do have the draw an extra card. We also have an artifact that does it. Oh, we can also use our gear to draw a new card. So we got a couple chances to succeed at this. We'll see if we can pull it off, but we are going to use our captain. Okay, here's Captain Odessa. She didn't have she has these 2, so she got 1, 2, and 3 right there. So we're gonna draw a card for her and see what she gets. She needs a 5 to get this one. Let's see. Come on, a 4. Oh, wait. We're gonna leave that alone. Let's see if we can find a way to give that a bump right there. I'm looking through every card because there are some special abilities that might give us the ability to do this. Don't see one. We used it actually, and that is Mara Johnson's ability. So the best I think I can do, I'm looking on our cards. I think the best thing I can do is get a redraw. So okay, well, we're going to use a command token on our gear then to get a new card, and hopefully it pays off for us. So let's see. Got the deck here. Come on, do us some solid 3. That's not enough. Let's see. I guess we're going to go again. We will. Okay, so now I am going to use Kasumi's ability. I think you can keep going, right? I don't think you have to stop. I'm going to look at that real quick. Do you have to stop with one person's ability? When it says to, where's tests? All right. I will find it. Challenges. There we go. Any player may also discard an ability card in hand to give a +1 to a skill type. So we can discard an ability card in hand to get a +1. So, okay, well, let's think about that. If I had that 4, well, I already did it. So right now I have a 3, 6, and that's it. I need 2 more to succeed. So I think we can do that. We're going to draw another card out of the deck. Okay, we got a 5. So finally we succeed. Took us 3 times. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8. That succeeds at this. We get this token. We did not suffer the 3 ship damage that would have occurred. So that was good. We're okay there. Not so bad. Now I got an artifact. I don't know what it does. Okay. So that was our event card. Now we get to take our actions. Now we have a couple things that we can do there. Just straightening up some piles while I'm talking. We can go to 29 and check that little island out. We had good luck checking the other island out. I think so our first action will be an explore. Either way, we're going to have to go 1, 2, 1, 2. I think we'll go up this way. We're going to go up here, but hopefully we'll get enough movement out of it. Okay. All right. Well, let's do this. We're going to check out number 29 here. Okay, so this is 29. It says if keyword expected, turn to 29 too. We do not have, I'm looking, we do not have the keyword expected. It says, lying in a gully below you, your nerves are tenser than the dry, knotted rope foot bridge under your feet. You hear a rustle as a white scorpion appears from the foliage and blocks your way forward. More scorpions emerge from behind, trapping you above the deepest parts of the gully. We're going to have to do a fight test. A fight off the scorpions. Strength test 7. If we fail, we gain 7 and gain 2, or we lose 2 health and gain 1 venom. Okay, so we're going to have to do a strength test. I don't have anybody really good in strength. Well, I take it back. Rafael Vieira has a 2. And this is a strength test of 7. So let's go take a look at him now. I got don't have any opportunity to redraw, so we're just going to have to get lucky. Okay, here's Rafael. I can discard to draw a new card, but we'd lose that bonus. So he's got 1, 2 right now. Let's see what he gets. We need a 5, right? A 6. Wow, okay, we got it right off the bat. Nice. So we succeeded, and so we're going to turn to 29.1. Okay, the scorpions burrow into dark cracks in the rock. Ahead, a small tower promises shelter, if nothing else. Reclining on a throne of rock and vine, tattered robes draped regally across its white shoulders, a skeleton stares at you as you enter. To your surprise, it lifts its head and says, simply, trade? You may sell a maximum of 4 items to the skeleton. The rates are materials, 1 coin, food, 1 coin, weapons, 3 coins, artifacts, 4 coins. We found a place to sell an artifact after we just got one. I think we're going to do that because I don't know what else they do. Tokens, 1 coin. You can sell all status tokens. The skeleton removes them. Oh, that's cool. So if you had a bad status token, you could sell it to him. He'd take it off you. Take the venom out of you and keep it. If you trade at least 3 items, gain 1 experience and return to the ship. We're not going to trade 3 items, I don't think. Well, we could trade everything we have for... Well, let's do this. We're going to trade the artifact. So that's going to give us 4 coins. There are 4 coins right there. If we trade 3, we're going to get an experience point. 3 items. Wow, so we can trade, we could literally trade everything we have. Food and materials. That would give us 6 total coins, and we'd get the experience points. So we're going to do that. I don't know if that's a good move or not. Might be a terrible idea. But 6 coins as we head toward a city is probably good. And then we gain the experience as well. So let me get my handy-dandy record sheet out here. We're up to 4 experience. We might be able to do something with that now when we get to a location with a port. So let's do that. We did that. Okay, let's get rid of these and move on. So that was what happened. We traded with the skeleton, and then we returned to the ship. Good job. Okay. I don't think I want to do this one. Of course, that is at the base of the... I don't know. I think I want to skip that and head and sail because I don't know if there's a timing thing. Well, there is. Our event deck does have a timing issue on it. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to sail. I can't use the captain. She's already tapped out. I could use... oh, you know what? We're going to use Audrey. She's already got 3 craft tokens. She could boost this up in a big way. So Audrey, she has 3 of these symbols, 3 craft symbols. So we're going to use her ability to really steam us ahead. So we're already at a 3. Then we're going to draw a card. That's going to be a 5. That's going to give us 2 movement. That's pretty good. We'll take it. But I do have to give her a fatigue. Okay, so we're going to move 1. And I think when I move in there, I do have to make that test or take a morale, a cunning test, or take a morale. All right, I think what we'll do is we'll have Cannon, one of our cunning guys, take that test. It's a 5. Here he is. So we don't have anything we can do really. Well, actually, I do. If I use the dog, I can boost him 1. We'll see. We'll see if we need it. Okay, we'll see if we need it. Well, we didn't. We drew a 5. Nice. That was a 6. So we did not suffer that morale hit, and he goes back. But he is now fatigued as well. We're starting to build up a lot of fatigue again. And then that will give us put us to here for our second move action. Or rather, second movement in our move action. Now we're only 1 away from Lorca City. I'm trying to get us there to see if that's where our other crewmate went, because we want to get her back, right? Find out what the mysterious other manticore was. So anyway, that was our 2 actions. That ends our turn. So we are going to call it a night. That is the end of this episode. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you're enjoying this. There's a lot going on, but it's really fun. I really dig this game. Probably made a few mistakes along the way, like I caught the one with the deck action, but that's okay. With these types of games, you're going to make a few mistakes as you're learning, and it's fine. And just enjoy it because the game's a lot of fun. We haven't gotten into a fight yet. Not a real fight, and that's interesting. I think because we've been not exploring as many of the side locations as we need to. Once we get our other crew member and we start to go back in the direction we came, I will do that. I will look for, I will stop at more places along the way. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.